Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Tim with the Nintendo Dads. I wanted to do a Let's Play, a little bit different, more of a Let's Review my crew. Because I'm playing SteamWorld Heist 2, getting close to the end. And before I beat the game, I wanted to show off a part of the game that I don't think is quite clear, or maybe people don't get to talk about enough about for this game, is the crew and what you can do with the crew besides just having different abilities for each crew member. So I kind of wanted to show my crew, and I would love to hear if anybody else is playing this game, what their crew build is, who their favorites are, who they go in with the first run with for their first heist. And test that out. And also, once I go over these things, I would love to know about your jobs and what weapons you picked for these your crewmates, all that fun stuff. Again, I wanted to go over this because I've heard a lot of people not quite get what this game was about, or its depth. And I think there's a lot of depth to this besides just going in for a heist, to steal some loot from a board, or from a place you find on the map, and then go about to the next one. There's a lot more. There's some story there, obviously, that does connect to the first game, but I do say that you don't have to play the first game in order to play this game. It does feed into kind of telling you what the backstory was as you play, in case you're not familiar with it. And of course, there's probably some Easter eggs for those who have played SteamWorld games in the past. So, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for the crew. And so I wanted to show some things here. And so let's get started. Again, this is available on the eShop. It's available on most systems, if not all of them. But I'm playing it on the Nintendo Switch. So I highly recommend this, any of the SteamWorld games. I have not been disappointed by any that I've played so far. So let's get started. All right, so first off, these top three people are the ones I started off originally with. And these two, I changed their jobs, and I'll show how that's done in a minute. So for originally, Daisy was a sniper, Wesley was a rogue, or was it a reaper? And then Cornelius, I went back to being a brawler, but I had him be something else too, but we'll look into that. And then these are my newest members of my crew. I haven't changed their jobs yet. They came in high up. I didn't hire them until much later. I actually played most of the game with these four here. Daisy, Wesley, and Poe. And Poe, again, was also a flanker, but I kind of swapped these two to be the same, or to be, to change up their jobs just so I can get certain abilities. So let's get into that here. First off is Daisy. Like I said, she started off as a sniper, but what I did was, in order to change their jobs, you have to change their weapons. So when you do that, like, I put a cannon on her, so that made her become a boomer. She originally, again, like I said, was a sniper. And oh, that's right, I actually made her an engineer first. So I made her a sniper. I got her up to level 3, and then I decided, you know what, I need an engineer. I need her to be able to do some engineer things. And some of those things are to build cover, which is a really good one for a sniper to have. So I can set her off to the side. She can build her own cover, and then be able to snipe some people. Now, how do I use these abilities on both sides? So, for example, once you get to a certain level, you get cogs, which you can see at the bottom of the screen. I have 2 cogs left. Here, I went over to engineer, and when I did that, when you switch weapons, then you can use cogs to buy these levels of things. So like, this cost 1 cog to use, this cost 1, this cost 3, and so on and so forth. Some are free to use, they don't cost anything. So if you look over to the right, cog capacity at the bottom of that description, it says ability enabled for free, so I don't have to use a cog. So when I switch and use an engineer's weapon, I can then use my cogs to keep some of my sniper abilities. So I can have perfect aim even though I'm not a sniper. I can use that, every three turns. In this case, I switched her all the way to Boomer, which is using heavy artillery essentially. Like I said, I was using a cannon for her. Plus, this gave her the ability to use a third slot. So this came in handy for here. Everybody has 2 utilities that they can use in the game, and with adding that third slot here, the slot machine, I was able to add a third utility weapon. So here, this is where you get some goodies throughout the game. I've collected quite a few things, and you can, as you go throughout, you can add certain things to their utilities. It's going to either be a 1-use thing or sometimes a 2-use thing. Or multiple uses. Like this one, Cooler Unit, allows me to reduce the cooldowns of all actions and items by 1. So some items will allow you to be able to take turns to use. So let's see, Stun Gun, you get 2 uses, but that's right away. Let's see, I'm trying to find, what did I have? That 1-use permission. So if I change this to something where it gets used and has to be used for a cooldown, let's see, if I use it once, it's usually every 3 turns or something like that. So I'm trying to find one of these. Oh, here. So Boxer Grenade says 4 turns. So the number of turns before this can be used again. So now if I have that cooldown utility, this will actually only take 3 turns if I had this equipped to her with the cooldown unit. So there's some things there that will help me build on each other. There's some synchronization you can have there. I'm probably not as good at that as maybe others can be, but if you find good combination of utility items, then they can make your character really overpowered, as they say, or OP. So again, I've had her have 3 different jobs, and because of that, I was able to give her some unique abilities. Right now, I keep her on using explosives. So I have unlocked all 5 levels for her for this one, but these I automatically get. One of my favorites on this one is the level 3 landmines. So if someone tries to come up to her and melee her, they get hit with 3 damage, and sometimes that'll just kill them right off the bat. But the other things that I get out of it is, again, I get to create a build cover. So in this game, if you're not familiar with this game, I would highly recommend going watching a trailer. They have a great gameplay trailer on the eShop you can go watch, or you can go watch my first look and let's play of this game that I've done already, 2 videos before, so you can kind of get an idea how this gameplay is. But in this game, you're basically looking for ways to use your weapons to blow up or kill other bots and other things in the game. So this allows me to build cover. You can use cover so that when they shoot at you, the cover can protect you for the most part. Unless they're a sniper too, then they can probably get you. But you can use build cover, and that will allow you to build cover anywhere. So if you're in a spot where there is no cover, you can build one as long as you have that ability, because you get 2 uses per mission. So because I have this here and can use cogs, then it is I have that ability unlocked for her, even though I'm not an engineer. I'm a boomer. And that sounds so funny. Also, I have the sniper abilities here, so I can use the sniper abilities. Perfect aim means I have that for when your turn, your attacks have full aim lines and reduce aim sway, because that is another part of the game where if they're not a sniper and they don't have this ability, their weapon will waver or sway. So you gotta time your shot right in order to get them in the head to get the most damage. That's part of it. And plus, there's a lot of weapons that don't have aim lines, so you got to kind of guess on where or if that's going to hit. That's part of the strategy of the game. This is a surgical strike, 50% critical hit chance, so I have that turned on. Plus, these automatically come online. So that is one of the big things that I have set up. So I made her a boomer, and as you saw, I have those skills where she was a sniper. I have these things that turned on for her, and she was an engineer. Have those turned on. These things come in handy. And then I have these utility items. Grenade 5, which does some splash damage. Cooler unit, like I said, reduces the amount of time it takes to cool down some of my abilities. And a weapon charge, which at one time per mission adds a +5 damage to my weapons. All right, the next person is Wesley Hotchkiss. He was my Reaper, but now he's my flanker. So, and again, I changed his job. So he was a Reaper, got him up to 3. And I got 1. Oh, I can unlock that. See, I was able to put that there and use that to be able to get crit damage, even though I'm a flanker. So when I got all these unlocked, I may go back to this and switch my other Reaper back to flanker so they can both build up their stuff. In fact, I think here I've built up some things so I can switch them back. So let me do that here. I think I've got some... When you hit level 5 and you get some more experience, it collects it. It doesn't put it on anything, but hopefully I can add it here. So if I switch him back to a Reaper, let's look at the weapons I have for Reaper here. Let's see, I need a good one here. So I think who has that one? Okay, he has that. She has that one. So my current Reaper. So I'll probably want her to keep that, or I want him to have that one. 6 and 7, 7 shot, burst 3 bullets. This doesn't bounce off of walls though. So you can compare the weapons too. So let's see, that's a 5. That's a 5. Oh, good. I can just give it to them. Let's switch him back to Reaper. So with that, now I can go in here and say, okay, what from the flanker position, I got 8 cogs at the bottom of the screen there. Which of these items do I want to keep? This one I want to keep. This came in handy. It penetrates, my shots penetrate the multiple people. So that's come in handy. This has come in handy a lot when I played it. This allows me to go grab loot and be able to make another move, which was great. I probably should try to... I got 3 more slots here. So do I want to use Backbiter? I think I got Backbiter Plus on this. Yeah. I think that was the one I upgraded. So there's a lot of stuff you can upgrade on your ship for each player too, so a lot of these things get boosted. But I like having a lot of movement too. The flanker movements helped a lot. I didn't use sidestep too much. Reduces the cooldowns of all actions and items by 1. That's going to cost me 2. Light step, you are immune to harmful floor effects. That came in handy too. Alright, guess you're going to have to just use those things. These top level ones. I can earn more cogs too, so that's something I'll have to keep an eye on. So I can then put that on him, or actually the whole crew can earn 1 more cog. That'll come in handy. And then this will allow me to work on getting the Reaper up. So the Reaper side. what was that? Harvest. And I think I got all 5 on this side. Unless... How do... I thought it would... I thought I built up some things here. I'll have to look into that later. Thought I had some extra experience to use. All right, so with that being said, let's go over to Poe. So he's a Reaper right now, but was a flanker. He's still trying to get to 5, so I need to leave him there. So I should put him back. But at least I was able to show you guys what I was able to do with that. So let's put him back there. Move this back over here. And then we'll use what I got for Reaper stuff. So we want the damage, crit damage. We want to use that. It's got 4 and 4. We get to use all of them. We'll come back to building up on the Reaper stuff later. All right, so again, Wesley has grenade 3. And then heated plating, which adds a +2 to HP. So you can see at the bottom underneath the character image, there's HP 13. Normally he's got 11, but I got it up to 13. And then you got some other stats there that come in handy. And then this is a personal upgrade, which I had upgraded recently. Again, this happens to... I guess I didn't upgrade that. But this happens in the ship where you can add buffers or skills to your people when you collect gems. So this one I was able to unlock. Wesley can use 1 grenade item per turn as a free action. So this becomes a free action instead of cost a turn, instead of costing a turn. So I can throw a bomb and then shoot, where before I can just throw a bomb. All right, so now Cornelius, I started him to be a flanker. I got him to get extra movements. So that came in handy, and that's why I did that one. And also with the enemies hitting the back with your weapon attacks are dealt +1 damage and ignores armor. And that's come in handy a few times where I was able to hit somebody who had armor but cause damage to them. So that's why I unlocked that, and then went immediately back to Brawler, which is his original thing, and this unlocked a lot of this stuff. I also gave him cooler units, so it would allow cooldowns to be quicker. And then I gave him a box of grenades. Since he was more melee, I thought it'd be kind of cool to give him the ability to throw a grenade. And he can do that every 4 turns, and it has an aim line. I also unlocked both of his personal upgrades, which is Abs of Steel, which this one used to be, it would cost a turn, but now it does not anymore. It does not end his turn. Oh, actually, that's the Body Butter. Body Butter is the one that gave him the ability to do the abs thing. Abs of Steel. I immediately unlocked that, or actually that came unlocked for him, I believe, if I remember correctly. So, or maybe I did unlock it. Getting my stuff mixed up. But once this was unlocked, or once it was there, then I unlocked this one once it became available, because then, as you can see here, it says ends the turn when used, but now that I have the Body Butter, which is hilarious, it's a free action. It doesn't end the turn, and I get 1 more use out of it. So I get 2 per mission instead of that 1. Again, these come with the ship. So when you use your gems that you collect when you're looting, you can upgrade these things. That's how I built up this character. Poe came in later. He was the 4th member of my first hire. You can go to bars and rest, and also hire crew members. So I hired him on. He was early on, and then I had 4 people from the get-go, and for a long time through the game, I had just 4 people. So here again, he was a flanker. I went up to level 3 because I wanted to get a lot of his movements in. And that's what helped out a lot, especially when he steals something, or not steals something, when he gets to loot, he can make an extra move. A lot of this stuff is definitely coming handy. And I'm trying to unlock more Reaper stuff for him. But, let's see. Reaper is missing... I don't have Reaper stuff for anybody, so I need to unlock that stuff. Alright, so that's my goal, to get that Reaper stuff unlocked. He's got the flanker stuff pretty good. Pretty good. So I need 3 cogs to be able to unlock that. I just have 2, so he'll need a boost in that. I have a pretty good weapon. It's a tier 5. There are different tiers for weapons, so this is the one that I best fit him with. Although I have found that some rare items can be, even though not as high as tier, like this one is a 3, this is 6 shot. It's a tier 3, has 6 shot compared to the weapon I have now. Does pretty much the same things except missing 1 shot of damage, but has 5 bullets. And the other thing is that the fires a burst of bolts that do extra damage, but the bolts do not bounce off of walls. So there's like a give and take there. I like having the ability to bounce off the walls. That's come in handy quite a few times. But this extra damage seems kind of like might come in handy. I may have to play around with that one. In fact, you know what? I'm going to switch that over. I'm going to give him the stapler and try that out. All right, so I also gave him extra plating because he had low health. Or she did. Sorry, this is a she-bot. And she had low health. She had 9, so obviously boosting that up with a +4 helps a lot, especially because she has a lot of good movement. Coming with her personal haste, which I upgraded and try to upgrade immediately. Get +2 more in movement. And then this one here is Slippery Poe often lets bullets slip by. I recently picked that one up, and that did come in handy in my last battle for sure. Alright. Beacon came in probably sooner than these others. Actually, no, all 4 of these next 4 came in later because they came in, I think, either tier 5 or more. But they came in pretty high, and I've been considering maybe giving them another job, but I'm kind of late game in this. So since I've already got like 3-4 others mixed in with different jobs, I kind of just left Beacon to be the sniper that he is. So what I did was I gave him the Deliverance weapon. It is a tier 3. I do have better tiers in this, but what I like about this one is that this weapon does not require reloads. Other sniper weapons require reloads. So require reload after firing, and I found that so annoying. But once I found this, I just kept this weapon. This weapon was actually really good too. This, even though it requires a reload, this had splash damage, so not just hitting one. If there was anybody in the vicinity would get hit with the splash damage. I kept that one for a long time on my other sniper. So, but I gave this one, once I got it, to Beacon, and it's been great because it does. I can move him without worrying about reloading and all that kind of stuff. I gave him critical goggles, so that gave him more stuff. Some hats don't do anything. Actually, I don't think any of the hats do. I can't think of one right now where it might give me a boost, but I thought it was cool that there was a sniper goggle. I also gave him critical rounds, +2 critical hit damage. I'm still waiting. I think there is something I can do to unlock the 3rd slot here for everybody and not just for the boomer or the bomber. So have I been saying boomer all this time and it's been bomber? No, it's boomer. Okay. I had to double check. All right. This is one of my favorite things. I unlocked both of these things for Beacon. I thought that was pretty cool because that's why I hired him. because I don't think all snipers have these abilities. He came with this ability, and I was like, "You're hired." He every 5 turns he can select a tile anywhere on the map where I've explored or I can see. So on the maps, you can't see everything until you walked into a room, but that's come in handy quite a few times where I've been able to teleport to anywhere on the board that I can see. Definitely been very helpful. And then there's Sneak Strike, where I can go invisible after I do the scram. So it was this. I just teleported over there. It was done. There is a job skill I have where I can become invisible. Excuse me. So I did that. I thought that was pretty cool. But now with Scram and Sneak Strike, I can teleport and be invisible, and that has really made that Scram very important because I've been able to sneak up on a boss, disappear, and be able to shoot him, and then my next turn still be able to get away essentially from that boss so I don't get hit hard and become invisible again so they don't follow me or something, and then get in another position. So it's been very, very helpful. All right, this is another one I hired them immediately once I saw they had the Eldritch Beam, and then I unlocked the additional parts of that. But this Eldritch Beam has an aim line, is used every 10 turns, and it has piercing abilities, and it has a reduced cooldown by 1 each time solo scraps an enemy. And then when I unlocked the Eldritch Beam Plus, or Secrets of the Deep, it became a free action, so it doesn't cost a turn to play. So that beam has come in handy. I took out like 2 or 3 enemies at once. Again, I didn't change any of the job skills because I didn't unlock anything else. Trying to get him to level 5 under Engineer. And then I gave him a very good weapon, which is the Hole Puncher. Again, this is only tier 2, but any other ones like this one here, the handgun, this somebody else has already, but 7 shots compared, and that tier 5 compared to the tier 2 rare engineering handgun, which gives you a +1 melee damage, even though it's only 6 damage, gives you a burst of 3 bullets, and double shot. And then the burst fire with extra damage also gives 1 melee damage. So definitely, again, just weighing the options when you get the rare weapons. Added armor to him so that he's got +1 armor. Helps protect him for a little bit longer. Sniper sidearm. This is a rare version of it. So it gets a full aim line. And if I compare it, say, to... Here's a tier 3 sidearm. It has 5 shots compared to the one I have, 3, but doesn't have aim line. And the sniper sidearm does not end my turn, whereas the other ones do. So again, this is another example of weighing your options. Even though it's a higher tier, doesn't necessarily mean it's better. And then last but not least, I had to hire her because of her name. She's also a boomer. Her name is Dame Judy Wrench. I had to get her because of her name just alone. Even though I already had a boomer, I had to get another one because now I'm starting to get in the later levels, and some cases I've done sent out 2 teams where on one stop I send out 1 team and go to another stop and send out the other team. So that's another reason why it's come in handy. I got the sidearm. We just looked at those. She came with this one. I gave her a high-powered scope so that she had aim lines, kind of similar to the sniper, and then also the repair record ability. So again, being a boomer, she has the ability to have 3 utility items, and then her personal upgrades that I had to unlock immediately. I think harsh language. Nope, I had to unlock these immediately once I had the gems to do it. Harsh language gives her Judy unleashes her razor tongue, shame any enemy on the map for 3 damage, ignores armor. So her damage does ignore others' armor. And then making it more powerful is the Sick Burn, where it improves her harsh language. It deals 4 damage instead of 3, becomes a free action, and the effect changed to nearby enemies. So now again, I couldn't get this until later on when I had to unlock this first, then unlock this, and of course have the gems to do it. But definitely came in handy. And then last but not least, I just picked up Tristan as an engineer. Straight up engineer, didn't change any of the job levels. He came with this gun, I believe. And I gave him these items, fireproof boots and reinforced plating, to give him +2 health. And then I immediately upgraded his abilities as well. Repair items can be used as free actions. Whenever Tristan heals someone else, Tristan also heals 1 damage. So I need to probably train. This is where I need to do the synergies. Probably change up his ability and maybe give him the jazz repair record. So that would be a free action. And then believe it, Tristan hypes himself up, attacks that normally would end Tristan's turn, won't end it. So, and I should probably get another one of these for Tristan. But that is all my players. That is all my crew. That's how I built up my crew to get this far into the game. Again, I actually built up just 4 crew members for most of the game. It wasn't until I got later in the game, probably unlocked Titan's Drain. I think that's when I started getting the additional hires. So if you're playing this game, you might know what that is. But once you hit this area, if you haven't hit it yet, then you will know eventually. So you can. I was just using 4 players or 4 crew members, switch their jobs, so I had some diversity there in their skills, and that's how I was able to get away with that. And I just added more because I wanted to be able to attack more, do more missions. Before I had to rest. So, because once you use a character, they have to rest. I can't use them again until they rest. Okay, I think that's 30 minutes of explanations there. Hopefully that helps anybody. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comments. I usually keep an eye on these along with the other Nintendo dads, so one of us will be able to answer, or they'll let me know I need to answer. But would love to hear what your crew is like. If you're in our Discord, come hang out there. We do have a SteamWorld channel. You can come drop some knowledge there. And if you don't know how to get to our Discord, you got to be a Patreon member or a Twitch subscriber, on all that kind of stuff. So once you have that, then you got it linked to Discord, then you'll be able to get into our Discord. Also, of course, you can just leave comments here, or you can find me on Twitter or Threads under NeoPrime33, and we can talk there. So all that stuff, all that wonderful stuff. Love the SteamWorld lore and all that kind of stuff. I'm not good at remembering all the lore. I know there's a lot of good stuff about it. I do read a lot of the threads on it, and all of the fandom channels, to try to keep up myself or to remind myself of things, because I had to remember what the heck the Red Queen was when that came up in the game here. It's like, okay. And I found out it was part of the first game, which I didn't play, to be honest. I missed out on the first one, and so that's why I was saying you don't have to play the first one. But I've learned a lot about the first one because I'm really enjoying this game. And I hope you do too. And until the next time, this is Tim with the Nintendo Dads, and I will check you later. Bye-bye.